The following is for entertainment purposes only. We are not financial advisors. We are not responsible for any losses, only the profits.
Donation, it's Charlie. I'm going to be your host for today. Wild and crazy ride again today, at least for me. There's so much going on. You know, at some point I just got to cut these off. I'm like, all right, I just got to do the video. There's just too much information continually flowing in and out. Okay, so I had to cut it, and we are going to dive right in. Today's video is a much requested one. It is how to invest in gold, silver, or platinum digitally and physically. All right, let's start off with buying gold and silver online. These are listed from the lowest price entry to the highest. That way there is something we all can enjoy. Okay. The first one we're going to talk about is gold. We're going to cover gold first. What's the first one I'm going to bring up? It is the Austrian Dutch 1 Ducat. Okay. 0.11 troy ounce of gold. Why do I recommend this? Because it's lowest cost to entry. So, you know, if you've got $238, you can get yourself one of these. This is the website I found that I like the most out of all of them, okay, for buying precious metals. They're fastest at getting stuff to me. They answer their phone, okay? They actually ship stuff. The orders have always been correct. There's major problems you can have when dealing with stuff online, especially with precious metals. I've had people like literally wait like 3 months and then refuse to refund me money. You know, all sorts of horror stories. But this is cool too because they show right over here. This is what you want to pay attention to when you're buying precious metals for the most part, right? Now, what this says is over spot. Okay, so it's saying it's $13.49 over spot. What is spot? What's the price per ounce per gold at that given time? So that's a spot price. So they're gonna sell you something at $13.49 over spot, which is pretty darn low. These are only like, you know, let's call it like 1/9 of an ounce. But still, even if you do the multiplication on that, they're only charging you basically like $130 over spot per ounce, which is super low. These guys are totally competitive on their prices. They're in Idaho, which I might be biased to because I spent a lot of my time in northern Idaho. But regardless, this is a good one to get into. I like getting these actual coins from countries. A lot of these you're going to get are totally used and all that, but to me that adds to authenticity because they're not like this brand new pressed coin straight from China, by the way. Don't ever buy coins from China, like from eBay and stuff, because 9 times out of 10 they're fake, you know, and they're always going to post them like 20% below or 50% below what everything else is going for. And you're like, wow, what a good deal. Free returns, no problem. I'll just return it if it's not real. Just don't do it. Because they're going to return it and be like, you didn't return anything. What are you talking about? Or they're going to say, you returned them a fake coin. You know, you don't want to deal with it. And I also have I have a problem with buying stuff locally too. All right. And then from random people on the internet also, because you just don't know. Okay. You want to talk about the counterfeit game. It is big in precious metals. So you gotta make sure who you're getting your stuff from is legit. And can you get legit stuff on eBay and from, you know, people online and stuff like that? Yeah, you can, but it's not worth the risk to me. All right. Even if you got a guy, you know, maybe on a forum or something, it's like, I'll sell you one of these ducats. Okay. I'll sell you one for $10 less. What do you think? You do it? I wouldn't. Go with a company I can trust. I trust these guys. I've been buying from them for a long time and everything has always come right and they're legit. They answer the phone if you got a question, whatever. Yeah. So start here, all right? This is a lowest price, one of the lowest priced entries. You can get like lower than this, like you can get like little gram things. But the problem with those is you end up paying a ton over spot. So, you know, let's say you have like $100 and you're like, I want to buy at least some gold. I would say figure out how to get like $238 at least somehow. Sell something, your VCR or whatever, you know, and at least get $238 because otherwise you're going to end up spending like $50 over spot or $40 over spot for this tiny little gram thing, okay? So try to get into these. You might be able to find a gram here or there, but I think this would be a good first entry, at least for gold, all right? And if you can't even get into this gold, you can always get into silver because it's lower cost to entry even than this. Okay, so let's take a look at what we have next. The next one is the Swiss 20 franc, and I priced all these out too to try to give you guys, like, if you were to buy it right now, what's the lowest you can get, you know, per ounce of gold. That's what you want to care about. You don't want to get into super fancy buying like stuff like this. Okay, this is a really cool coin. It's all 3D and it's got some, you know, great engravings. It's limited edition. Yeah, this is actually silver, but how much did I pay over spot for this? I don't even know. 4x, something like that. You know, there are like collector's values, you know, for like limited edition coins and all that. I'm not going to try to get into that too much on this. This is all about like wealth preservation and, you know, buying to maybe ride the train up a little bit, but also preserve your wealth and try to protect it, right? We'll get into the other coins like that another day. But this next one here is the Swiss 20 franc. Okay, this is from 1867. I'm sorry, this is not from 1867. This is 0.1867 ounce of gold. So this is, you know, maybe like 75% more gold than this one. This one's around $400, but look at this, only $18 over spot. You know, you need about 5 of these to get yourself about an ounce. But these are cool too. Okay, take a look at those. Next up, we're going to look at the $10 Liberty coin. This is U.S. You know, whatever country you're in, you're usually best to get that denominated country of coin because it's just going to be more liquid. People are going to be more familiar with it. So if you're in America, get American coin. If you're in Australia, get the Aussie coins. All right, but regardless, you know, when you're talking about the big nations, you're probably going to be fine at like most dealers. But if you want to be the most liquid, get your country of origin. But just be aware that you're usually going to pay a higher premium if you do. For instance, most American coins are going to have a very hefty premium on them compared to other nations, and that's why I brought those other ones in. But this here it's about a half an ounce, and you're paying $98 over spot, but this is a half an ounce, so you're paying about $200 over spot at the end of the day. But these are cool coins. You know, everyone knows what they are in the game, so take a look at those. You can actually double up on those, and you get the $20 version, and this is basically an ounce, almost an ounce. You know, for $21.60, 200 over. Check those out. Now let's get, okay, on this next one. So this is the American Eagle coins. This is your most liquid, most tradable. Everyone knows this. This is what I give away actually, you know, in silver. Okay, the silver version of this. Now keep in mind again that the premium is usually pretty high on these, you know, but you can even get these in like, you know, half ounce or 1 ounce or a quarter ounce. But again, you're going to have a premium. So if you want the no games, no frills, everyone knows what you got, just get the American Eagles if you're in America. Yeah. They even have like a tenth, but look, then you're paying $271 for a tenth. So you'd be paying almost $3,000 for an ounce, you know, if you started buying these. So at this point, you're better off buying those Austria Ducards, right, to start if you've only got a couple $100. So just go down the line then to whatever your budget is if you wanted to get into gold right now. So for silver, let's switch up and go to silver. So the first thing you want to get in price to entry that's going to be the lowest is going to be what's called like junk silver. It's not junk, but it's like old, you know, silver coins that only have, like, for instance, these have 40% silver in them. These are the silver Kennedy $50. Y'all seen those before? These actually have 40% silver in them. So you're going to have to carry a lot of weight in your back pocket if you ever want to exchange silver for something. But it is what it is. Dealers will take these, and your premium per ounce, so you're paying only $2.29 per ounce above spot, which is super low. You know, so if you want to get in, like for this, you can get in for $41.95. You can buy a little baggie of these. You know, that's a good way to start if you want to at least get some silver. Now keep in mind too that silver historically has been 2x what it is right now. So right now it's trading about $25 an ounce. Back in 2011, it was up to like $50 an ounce. All right, so keep that in mind. But also gold is at all-time highs. So gold is already above where it was in 2011. So gold is probably the sketchier buy right now because it's already at all-time highs. Can it go up? For sure. Can it go back down? Yeah, it can too. But historically, silver still has 2x to go. So keep that in mind. From there with the silver, we're going to move on to the America the Beautiful coins. These are great. The reason I like these too is because the problem with really common coins is they're fake the most, all right? But these America the Beautiful coins are one they release like, I don't even know, like 5 a year or something like that. And they're finally ending it, but they release these in 5-ounce coins, which is pretty big. Here's one right here. Here's Montana. Okay. It's kind of cool, but it's a big piece of silver. You got Washington on the other side. These are good to get because, I mean, who's going to fake a random year of this and, print those up, And not only that, it's still U.S. And on top of all that, the over spot price you can get these is low. So like this is a cool one from Guam. Yeah, this one is to celebrate the war in the Pacific for Guam. And this is 5 ounces of silver. And they're selling these for only $6.09 over spot, which is super low. So you can get, I like bulking up on these. You can get a bunch of different random years with different designs on them because every state, like Montana and Guam or whatever, Texas just came out this year. You can get a Texas coin, and those will actually hold more value, in the current state, especially like this Texas one, especially when you can't have them anymore. People don't want them. So there's also that type of value. Now let's move on to the Morgan designed silver bar. Again, even with the silver bars, the weirder the design, I think the less that they're going to be replicated. This is a 10 ounce, so this is twice as big as this. And this is selling for $302, but look, it's only $4 over spot. That's so cheap, okay? This is a 10 ounce bar. This is from a different mint. This is from the Sunshine Mint. I like these ones the best because they actually, this little button here, you can get a clear hologram plate that they have that I don't have right now, but you put it over there and it actually creates different images in here. So it's like an authenticator, kangaroo, unicorn. It's a unicorn. That's what this is. Okay, a unicorn pops up. But that's why people like to get these Sunshine Mint ones. If you can find them, if the place has them in stock, these usually go super fast. So try to get these if you want to go 10 ounce bars. I don't like going any bigger than 10 ounce though, because people like to fake the bigger bars, right? Because if you had a big old bar, you could in the middle insert some lead or whatever other type of metal. But with the 10 ounce bars, they're still so thin, that it's hard to stuff them and create a fake one. Because silver's still heavy, super heavy, but that's the 10 ounce. These are as big as I'd like to go because they're also easier to unload, right? If you ever want to sell this, like how many people are going to unload if you got like a 100 ounce bar? Talking thousands and thousands of dollars. They're not going to have them, all right? So let's move on from there. So you can also get platinum. So platinum is kind of sitting where silver's at. So I think it's around like 900 an ounce. Platinum has been historically like, I don't know, 1800 or 1900 or 2000 an ounce. Here's a platinum coin here. This has got a elephant on it. I don't know if you can all see that. You can see his tusk there. Anyway, you can kind of see it's like a duller silver. But however, this is, this is about $1,000 in this little darn thing here. Yeah, this is industrial, but also used in jewelry. But this has got a lot more cooler tendencies than silver, and it's a lot more rare. So for platinum, just kind of again get what you get. There's not near as many platinum coins. They're going for like 1,053 for the Australian. Any of the big nations are good to get. They're pretty much liquid. The Australian kangaroo, the Canadian maple, everyone knows what they are. The Royal Mint, like the Britannia stuff, it's all good. Basically, most of these you can get are good. And you can get these little, for instance, these are pretty cool. But again, you're going to pay heavy over spot. These are 1 gram, like books, they call them basically. So you got like 25 1 gram tiny little a 1 gram thing. I don't have a 1 gram with me right here, but a 1 gram is like maybe like a half of American copper penny. They're super tiny, but these are cool. Like if you ever think like you're ever going to need to pay with these, if they ever like light switch the American banking system or whatever, you might be able to pay with some platinum. I think if anything ever got that crazy, I don't think people are really going to be exchanging platinum that much. If I were to get these, it would be in gold. Like you can get these little gram things in gold. They sell these here on the site too, but just kind of cool to get. Yeah, and right now, like you can get, this is the one, the American Eagle. This is the standard America one you want to get if you're in America, if you want to just keep the no games policy going on. I always try to get something kind of cool that's super rare, that's not faked as much, like this elephant one. So let's move on. So the next way to get precious metals is to buy silver, gold, or platinum in a vault. Okay, this is considered like a hard backed, actual backed by silver stuff. I've talked about this before, and the company that I've used before is called One Gold. And you can basically just buy, it's kind of like buying stocks. Like you can buy, but instead of buying like a share, you're buying like an ounce. So you can say, give me 50 ounces of silver, and then you just buy it at whatever spot price it is at that moment. And then it just keeps it in the account, right? And so the cool thing though with that versus buying like ETFs, because ETFs are supposed to be backed by hard metals, but they're not. And that's been proven this past year because lots of places have been going in and asking for those reserves and they're not giving them. They're like, yeah, we'll get back to you in a couple months. They don't have them, dude. Don't trust it. Don't trust the ETFs, okay? So I've talked about it before, One Gold. You can buy silver, gold, or platinum on here. And it's just like any of your regular brokers that you got. You can come in and buy the per ounce thing, but you can kind of trade it too. So like if silver's way up on the day, you can just sell it, and then if it's riding in a trend, like if you look at the chart, you can ride the trend. If it's up on the trend, you can just sell it, and the next day it might go down. Or when it's down on the trend, it hits something and bounces off, confirms, then buy it. So you can actually buy and sell it just like stocks too. It's pretty cool. But again, it's liquid back, so you can also have this set up in different vaults all across the world. Okay, they have a Swiss one, a Canadian, and a US vault system. So I think it's good to diversify and get some in different vaults all over the country, right? Or the world. So you can put some in Swiss, some in Canada. If you've got everything tied up in America, you kind of want to do that. And then what's neat is anytime you can sell it at whatever spot price it is, and then you can have them wire that money that's left in your account to any bank account you want. So you could have a random bank account in a different state or country or wherever, and you can have that money moved over, okay, to anywhere you want. All right, and these guys have like the lowest fees too. Like they're like right now, what does it say? Buy premiums on silver at 3% and gold at 1% over spot. So where are you going to get gold for 1% over spot? It's nothing, right? So it's a cool another way to play it. The other reason I like it is because, with precious metals too, it's just like stocks. Like say silver finally goes up to like $50 a share, right? $50 an ounce on the stock market. What if that ends up tanking from 50 to 20 like in an hour? If you're stuck with all hard asset here, okay, you just got a big old treasure pirate chest full, and you go and like, oh, call your wife up, hey, I'm headed down to the pawn shop, I'm gonna go let go of this gold, just hit 50. And by the time you drive down to the pawn shop, you go wait in line because there's 37 dudes in front of you. They let you know, oh, you didn't see the chart? Silver's actually down to $20 an ounce now. And you're like, baloney, show me, right? And then they're gonna show you and you're gonna be real upset. So the cool thing about the One Gold is you can track it, and if you can set up alerts or whatever, and if it starts to tank, you can just sell it like that. Okay, so you can lock in those profits, and again, then you can just wait for it to hopefully go back up, or if there is when there is a next big market correction, it is going to be totally parabolic, just like it always is. Okay, and it's going to tank fast and hard. So I think it is good to have a mix of diversification. You want stuff like in this one gold, you want some random silver, maybe some gold. Right now it's kind of sketchy because it's at all-time highs, but whatever. I think after the next big dip, we're going to get all-time highs even further than we've ever seen before. Oh yeah, so I was actually calling them I was actually calling a bunch of places trying to get you guys deals on stuff. So this first company, which is funny, so I actually called like 3 different other places for the regular silver and gold, right? Buying the physical stuff. And I was trying to get you guys like free shipping or $5 off if you use a code or whatever. And none of them would do anything for you. But these guys here, they told me that they would give me $5 or something like that, a percent or something. So I am going to get a percent if you buy from these guys at Money Metals Exchange. So you can buy wherever you want. I just have had literally the best experience with these guys. So it's totally up to you where you buy. And then same thing with One Gold. Hit them up, but get this, I was actually able to get you something. So they're going to do $5 upon creating a new account. All right. So if you deposit $100, okay, you open a new account with them, click this link, you open a new account, they're going to give you $5 if you deposit 100. So you put $100 in there, they're going to give you $5. That's cool. And then after you buy your first $100 worth of gold, silver, or platinum, you get another $5 the next day. So if you put $100 in and you use it, they're going to give you $10 to buy more. And then you could buy the stuff and then keep it for a long time or whatever, or just play the game. All right. So I thought that was pretty rad they did that. So use this link here to go there if you want to sign up for that. Actually, Money Metals Exchange here, they actually have a vault program too. But they make, let's see, you've got to get a minimum of 60 ounces, okay? And then their premium per ounce is quite a bit. It's actually way more than One Gold. So I would actually recommend using One Gold if you're going to do this, because this is more expensive. And they have a minimum, so if you don't have the funds to get 60 ounces worth or whatever, then just use One Gold, because I don't think they have minimums, so. And then with the $100. The other cool thing about Money Metals is the free shipping. They do free shipping over $500. If you spend $500, you get that. So now we have got the ETFs. Okay, I already brought that up. How the ETFs do not have 100% hard backing of gold and silver. So don't trust them. A lot of people, because you can get like the stocks of the ETFs for gold or silver. But to me, if you're going to do that, just go to the One Gold, because it's actually backed. And the other thing with One Gold is, if you want, like say silver or whatever, at any point you can sell the stuff, and then you can actually have them just send you hard asset instead too. So you can be like, all right, sell, and then now give me 50 ounces or 100 ounces of silver or gold or whatever, and then ship that physical silver that you have back to my house, or to my vacation house over here. So there's lots of ways you can play with One Gold too. So you can just sell it, say, wire the money to this bank account, boom, they do it. Or you can say, okay, now let's convert that, half of it, half wire over here, then half give me the hard asset and send it to my brother's address over in Florida or whatever. So that's another cool way to play that. So I wanted to tell you, to buy at a local coin shop and not a pawn shop. So if you want to buy it locally, man, I have a big problem trusting people. It is funny, nowadays, like, I trust more online places than I do like the place down the street. I think it's kind of crazy, but you never know when that pawn shop is about out of business and he's just going to slip you a bad deck of cards, right? So I wouldn't trust most pawn shops unless it's like this mega one that's like known for precious metals, maybe. But some sleazy old pawn shop, man, you gonna trust that guy? How does he really know what is gold and silver? Does he actually? Because there's I think it's like a $60,000 X-ray gun that you can take and like shoot it on precious metal and be like, boom, it's silver. And other than that, like, there are some tests, like an acid test and all that, but I don't know, man. I just I want to trust the guy with that laser gun or like a big, huge online place versus just some random pawn shop, But if there's like local coin shops, you might want to have them test it in front of you. I'd rather be that guy than walk out with something that's not real. If you're gonna sell you something, test it for me, show me, prove that's real. Because he could have just got something on trade from his friend Bill, who he thinks he trusts, but he never tested that coin, and then boom, he's gonna take that coin that Bill just gave you and sell it to you, and then it's not real. Forget that, right? So I also said, do not buy from a random dude online, or from some random guy on Craigslist. Okay. Don't buy expensive silver coins like this. I already brought this up. At this stage, don't be buying stuff like this. There's so many rad coins. Anything you like, any whatever, there's probably a coin for it. Flamingos, whatever you like. Okay. So, is now the time to buy gold and silver? I don't know if anyone has seen this chart here, but I absolutely love it. Okay. So this is the what do you want to call it? The valuation, the smart money, institutional investors, the public. So this is basically the stock market in waves and how things always go, and it always repeats itself every single time. So when people buy, all right, smart money goes when the red is the stock market, okay? Smart money over here on the left, when the stock market is stupid low, okay? Then the institutional investors come off, and then there's the first sell-off. Remember the puppeteers? That's just smart money. They're going to start selling. They sell off a little bit here. They sell off 20%. Then they're going. It's called a bear trap. And then media attention comes up and it's like, oh, everything's back to low, but it's going to start going up. Then there's enthusiasm, greed, delusion, the new paradigm. Okay, when stuff is super high, that was what, February for us. Then what happened? March, bam, denial. Everyone's like, no, it's not that bad. No, and then there's the bull trap, and then here's the return to normal. This is where I think we're at right now. We are somewhere right here where everyone thinks everything's going to be fine. Everyone's saying everything's good. I mean, look at the stock market. Everything's rallying. Some stuff's at all-time new highs, and everyone's like, we're returning to normal. Everything's going to be good. What people are not realizing is the big macro picture. It only probably would have taken 2 months of us shutting down like we did to completely destroy a lot of things. Business, housing. I mean, dude. And how many months into this now? About 6. It's going to take about a year or two before it fully. It's going to, who knows how long it's going to take before it reaches this top right here, where it's going to start tanking again. But when it does, it is going to end up down in this. This could take about 2 years to get down to this full-on despair. Okay. Now, what is gold and silver going to do? It's going to keep rising up into this trend, most likely. The dollar is going to keep going down. TLT is going to keep going up. Remember the jaws I was talking about? Gold, silver going to keep going up because the dollar's going down. We're riding that boat, okay? I'm willing to ride that boat a little bit and keep your sells posted up. That way you can protect yourself. That way if it does do the big dive, it's going to sell your stuff, boom, and you're good to go. All right? Now, it's going to happen, and then once it starts tanking, precious metals are going with it, okay? Don't let people lie to you and tell you that it is a protection of wealth, but my advice is be ready for the next big sell-off, okay? Because when that happens, you want to be selling your stuff too. Maybe not your physical. That's why I don't think you should go too heavy with physical right now. Maybe silver, but not super heavy, all right? You can do the digital stuff like the one gold, because then you can sell it like that. But don't be putting all your chips into this right this second, And once this starts really going down, this is where gold and silver are going to be stupid low again, and where everyone's like, it's worthless. I'm so pissed off. I paid $2,000 an ounce for this little gold coin, and I paid $300 for this thing. I don't want it. You can take it. You're going to be able to buy gold and silver so cheap. This is where you're going to really want to back the truck up and start buying. And I have a video that I'm working on where I will continue that discussion, what to do that point, but I'll just leave it at that for now, okay? So now let's go ahead and get into the news for today. CFFA, there are 2 SPACs in the works. What? Okay, remember that merger that just happened, was it yesterday, with CFFA? So check this out. Someone actually sent this to me, and I thought this was insane. So this is that holding company from Chicago, that investment group, right? I can't even remember what the heck their name is, But the CFFA merger, the one that just happened. But look at what they have lined up for 2020. They have a SPAC, in fact, SPAC number 1, for $350 million is their target. So this company is getting brought to market by a SPAC, CFFA, and then they're planning like right away before the year ends in less than 4 months to put a SPAC to work too. And then look at this, in 2021, they're going to do SPAC number 2 for $350 million target. I thought this was crazy. I was like, what? I mean, they could literally, they're taking that money to go public, and they're already big. These guys, this is a total awesome company. Another friend of mine online goes by 247 Bucknuts. It looks like he's got the dude from Cars on there. What is his name, man? My nephew's screaming at me right now. Lightning McQueen, is that what that is? Yeah, Lightning McQueen. Okay. All right, HCA, the Bluebird Proterra connection. Whoa. So he found this connection with Mike Bogues, the current role senior executive at Proterra. His past role was chief engineer at Bluebird Corporation. Did you see this before? Guess I'm just grabbing for anything for this Proterra merger, haha. So what he said is, this Mike Bogues guy, look at this. He used to work for Bluebird Corporation, which is the old school buses, okay, that Hennessy brought, HCAC brought to market. Look at this. Now he's working for Proterra. So Hennessy knows this Bogues dude for sure, because now he's working for Proterra. So what does that mean? We know Hennessy knows Proterra very well because he knows this guy. All right, so something to keep in mind. He also 247 Bucknuts. He also, and by the way, he's on Twitter and StockTwits. If you want to find him, look him up. Add him as a friend. He's a cool guy. He also posted this. Have you been seeing on this board question? Does Proterra fall under advanced mobility? I found a presentation, the Green Tech Capital, about the advanced mobility sector. So the answer is yes. Proterra falls under this advanced mobility term. So right here, Proterra was selected to provide electrical batteries and powertrain for a double-deck buses builder, Alexander Daniels, and you can see advanced mobility market update, And then HCAC, Hennessy, they also have connections with Canoe. Have you heard of Canoe? And there's also connections with Fisker. Wait a minute. So Hennessy, Canoe, Fisker. Wow, okay. Let's go to the Canoe website. What is Canoe? Let's get rid of this. Canoe is these little disco buses, okay? Look at this thing. So this is another EV play. They're making these like little EV vans. I'll leave it right there for now, okay? So there's a guy, Steven Krause, who is the ex-CEO of Canoe, now works for Fisker. So this dude right here, Steven Krause, look at this. He used to work at Canoe for 2 years and 9 months. He was the chairman and then in charge of Canoe Los Angeles. And now, guess who picked him up? Fisker did. So Fisker brought him on, okay? It's crazy. And then, so could Fisker have his eyes on the Canoe platform for his Ocean? He said he's looking at several in the works. So remember, when that last press release came out from Fisker, he was talking about how don't get too mad about the Volkswagen thing. And he said there's several other places in the works that he's got. So, I'm sure Canoe is one of them he's thought about. Because the Canoe guys, where's it at? The Canoe guys have like a platform that they sell. Oh yeah, I'll show you here down here. So they actually have a full on blanket. It's kind of like the workhorse and stuff. They just like sell the rolling chassis and you just put the body on top and you're good to go. So and Canoo is already sharing this platform with Hyundai, and there it is right here. It's just like a rolling chassis, just ready to rock. So Hyundai is already getting ready to build something. A Hyundai or a Kia van, Hyundai and Kia EVs. I don't know. That's just crazy. So then, if you go to Daniel J. Hennessy's LinkedIn, it shows. Oh yeah, I got to show you this. Okay, so this is Hennessy's LinkedIn. So I was looking at this, and he's actually sounds like he's friends with Fisker. Okay, so like Fisker was posting about his Ocean, and Hennessy said, "Count me in." All right, and there's multiple times that they've communicated on here too. So right on, he said when Fisker was talking, when was it? 6 months ago, Fisker was on Fox Business, and Hennessy was like, right on, so he's egging him on. He said he wants to buy his car, so it's just funny that they're all buddy. It seems like, right? Then further on top of that, Hennessy also follows, of course, Canoo. So there's lots of connections there. Who is Hennessy gonna vibe with the best? I still think it's gonna be Proterra. The bigger van guys. The Canoo thing, I don't know about that. Could Canoo though end up working with Fisker though? I can kind of see that because that tiny little platform of this thing has. That could probably work on the Fisker Ocean because the Fisker Ocean is not that big of a rig, right? It's actually pretty small, so. I don't know. We'll have to see. Regardless to say, it's pretty interesting. So after hours, IPOC, IPOC, Chama stuff, right? Dude, his stuff was popping. Look at this. Look at that line. You can't even deny that. What is that? There was no sense of rejection whatsoever. This is just a straight 45-degree angle, okay? So watch IPOC tomorrow. And why did that happen after hours? That's what always bugs me. It's total bot, BOT, and big money. That's what that looks like to me. Maybe some insider, whatever. Also, JFK is going up. Remember JFK? Boy, that seems like a year ago. I don't know what this is about. I know what the play's kind of about. They ended up doing an LOI with a company. I don't have it up, but they're basically like a cryptocurrency exchange platform. All right, like man, I can't even think of some of those ones out there, but like Kraken maybe. Kraken's one, but it's basically a place to buy and sell and trade cryptocurrencies. So it could end up turning into something. Maybe they're getting ready to release something. I don't know, but look what happened there. It went from writing at like 1040 for a long time to after hours. It looks like it was up to like 1125. What's going on there? So just watch that. If you're still holding bags for JFK, you might be in luck. Okay, and if you already closed out, you might have missed it. So you never know with these SPACs. Sometimes they take like a week or two after LOI to fully start popping. So pay attention to it. So I wanted to talk about so Hennessy is actually going up. Their warrants are going up. Silver's breaking north. Okay. Let's actually take a look at, I don't have it up, but let's just bring it up. Okay, here we go. Yeah, so silver, broke out of this consolidation. Like I was saying, I'm going to put in a buy for the AGQ right above it because if it breaks this, I think it's going up. And look what happened. When I'm tagged up, it looked like it hit some resistance with about 26, but it popped above it. Yeah, so it broke this, faked it out, came back up, broke through, and now it's up. So AGQ today went up 13.87%. So that's great. I hope everyone bought in when I did when we were talking about it the other day. This is basically the 2x silver follower. So if silver goes up 10%, this will go up 20%. totally volatile. But again, I've like right here, I've got a sell order right below it, so I'm just following that sell order up. That way, I can just keep the profits. If it goes back down, whatever. Oh yeah, Lordstown. Almost already forgot. So Lordstown DPHC. What happened? Okay, this morning spiked up. I went ahead and sold. Okay, took my profits, all right, and ran, all right. And the warrants, I couldn't believe this because the warrants actually held pretty high. They actually hit, and then they just kept going. They did go all the way to 512, but they only went down to like 450. The commons actually went way further down. They went from 15 to 1349, So watch this, but I mean, look at those warrants. They went up 49.21% at the end of the day. Unreal, So it'll be interesting to watch. I'd like to see them come out with another vehicle, and or let's see this thing consolidate now, see where this is going to consolidate. I might end up buying in eventually, but right now I sold out this morning and took my profits and ran. That is going to wrap it up for today's video. I know it was a long one. Thank you for staying along for the ride if you were there. If you have any more questions, put them down in the comments. If you have any more crazy news that's hitting, slide it my way and we'll try to get it on the next video. I appreciate everyone, I really do, and I still can't believe we're like, almost like 750 subscribers in like a month and a couple days, so thank you for all love. We'll see y'all tomorrow.